So the world is a stage, and imagine imagine how differently life becomes when you have experiences and you see old aspects of self, and rather than complaining or rather than pointing out to the other what you don't like, you are to simply be in their presence in full acceptance. Imagine how your life is going to shift. Imagine how the whole planet will shift when you do that. Example, I was hanging out with one of my mates the other day, and he had the TV on, he had the news on. And actually in my acceptance course, that's one of the initiations that you need to go through. And for the record, I stopped watching the news in 2009, and then I intentionally started watching it for small bouts to come into deeper levels of acceptance. So he had the TV going on, and I just sat there and I was with it, and without having a judgment, without having an opinion. And after about 15 minutes, I said, "Hey, do you want to put some music on?" So kept the TV on, sound down, music on. And then I got to see how a part of my life, how I used to be when I lived in the UK all those time ago. And then he went to the fridge, he's hungry, and went and grabbed a piece of bread, put butter on it and cheese, and just folded it in half. And I had a little giggle to myself there as well, because that's what I used to do as a teenager. So I got to see all these different aspects and got to see reflections of my old self, old aspects of my shadow, when I was really numbing out or checking out or finding ways to not feel. And rather than having any judgment or any opinion about it or telling the other person what I thought and all of that bullshit, just being in full acceptance, seeing this beautiful divine being that has forgotten that they're a divine, beautiful being. And I took him a little gift to help with his body, and was just using this crystal on his skin where he, got to have a feeling of sensation. And that was like from feeling very much in his body like this to then feeling a state of relaxation. It was so beautiful. I just wanted to reflect on that, which was quite funny actually, because then the day after, what did I do? I haven't been eating bread, but the day after I was like, I feel like a piece of bread with heaps of butter. Folded it in half and enjoyed it with appreciation and gratitude, without any opinion, without any oh, this isn't good for you, just full acceptance. Imagine the world. Can you imagine coming into radical acceptance with what is, and then doing the fucking work on yourself? That's what it's all about, beautiful humans. It's about awakening your intelligence, not running around being angry and It's like watching spoiled little brats and narcissists stomping their ground because they don't like the way things have gone, but not actually seeing they're actually the one that needs to be the change. You need to sit in their own fucking fire, not light fires, go around, you need to sit in your own fire, sit your ass still, shut the fuck up, learn a practice, example, breath work or meditation, both. And then fucking rest your ass still and start to build some emotional intelligence rather than being snarky little spoilt brats. And on that, coming in to radical acceptance. A friend said to me the other day, there was no harm in having a little clip around the ear, little clip around the back of the head of like, wake up. Acceptance, radical acceptance. And I accept those that are having a tantrum as well, because they're just going to spin and dig themselves a hole, and it's not going to end well for them.